Good morning. Grab your makeup bag. Let's get ready together. Either that or, grab a snack and just sit back and relax and we'll chit chat. This is another chit chat. Get ready with me. Today I'm using the Kardashian Beauty Radiant Ombre Blush. And the color that I have is Glimmer. This is a blush that I purchased because I was on the hunt for a purple blush. And they were nowhere to be found, and this was the most purple of all of the blushes that I could find anywhere. Well, this has been months ago, and now Lorac has a really good purple blush, and I think ColourPop has a purple blush too, although, the picture of it looks purple, but, you know how it is, just because it looks purple in the pan doesn't necessarily mean it performs like a purple color, but, I think their stuff seems to be fairly true to color from what I've seen, so I'm gonna assume that it probably is purple. But anyway, so that's why I purchased this, because, Kardashian Beauty, at the time that I got this, all of their reviews were still horrible. So I'm taking a chance with this product anyway, but I couldn't find anything else. This was the most, and this really isn't purple, this is like a deep mauve pink. I had a purple blush when I was young. Actually, I still have it somewhere. And, I used to do, like, purple on the cheeks with a purple lip and some purple, it was a little matchy-matchy, but I never really wore it. I never really wore it matchy-matchy. It just all, went together. It goes together, right? But I wasn't purposely being matchy-matchy. And not only did I always love it, but it was different than what everybody else wore, and I got compliments on it all the time. And, I don't know, I kind of missed it. So I just went on the rampage searching for purple blush, because of course you can find purple eyeshadow and purple eyeliners and even purple lipsticks, but you couldn't find purple blushes. So thank you to Lorac for now having one. But now that I have this, I'm going to use it. So this is kind of like a first impression, as I use it, and we'll just see how it performs. In the meantime, though, the rest of my routine is going to be just my normal everyday routine. So this is the Avon Magic's Face Perfector. This does have SPF of 20, so if you're looking for something with SPF, this is a nice face primer. And, it's one of those a little goes a long way kind of products. So I don't have to go anywhere today. Today is actually the first day in a very long time, in a couple weeks, where I've had a day that I don't have to go to any meetings or anywhere if I don't want to. There are some places I could go. There are some things that I need to do in the office that I could go and take care of today, but life is about balance, and sometimes you just have to say no. And so there are things that I need to do today, like laundry, that I haven't done in weeks because I am literally never at home. And, or if I am, I'm working, so I just can't, you can't do housework and work. It just doesn't work that way. So, there's things I need to get done around here, at least a load of laundry so that I have, underwear to wear, that kind of thing. And I'm getting to the point of almost desperate. And, not really, but, getting close. If I wait much longer, I will be. I've got, I actually am supposed to be somewhere tonight, but I decided to skip it this time because I just need a day. And I'm using my Truly Flawless Concealer Duo in Deep. This is just the color corrector. I'm so close to being done, you guys. Can you see? I can't even stand it. It looks so messy. These kind of things you can't keep clean no matter what, but I'm so close to being finished with it that I can't even stand it, but I really am scraping the bottom clean. The parts that you see, like, around the edges are, that dries up, but anyway, I'm so close. So, anyway, I just decided today I'm not going anywhere. I will be working still, but And if I decide to go anywhere, it's just going to be because I want to. And it's going to be someplace that is relaxing to me, like the bookstore or window shopping or something. But anyway, because I am not doing anything anywhere work related, today is a sweatpants and sweatshirt day. And really, it's a workout day. On days when I don't have to go anywhere that's work related and I don't have to dress in, at least business casual clothes, then I generally wear workout clothes so that I can fit at least one workout in at some point during the day. So if I do decide to go anywhere, I'm just going to go in my sweatpants, but probably not. I'm going to try to just work from home, try to get a few things taken care of in the home, like at least one load of laundry, and hopefully I will squeeze a workout in, but if I don't, then it doesn't matter. I'm just hanging out in my comfy sweatpants and sweatshirt, regardless. So, that's what's going on today. Life is pretty hectic. It's been pretty hectic, and it's about to get even more hectic, just related to work, and I have so many things that are all coming up all at the same time, and I have a lot of pokers in the fire, as they say. I'm balancing a lot of spinning plates at the same time, and so that's how life is right now. And you guys, I think I just finished it. There's a little bit at the top, but I think that's pretty much dried out, so. Woo! It's a celebration. Why is that so exciting to us? I mean, it's funny because it seems like somebody who's watching me would be like, oh, that must be a product she doesn't like, and she's just been trying to use it and use it. It's actually a product I really like. But, when I don't know, it's just exciting to actually finish something, isn't it? I think it should really be for the younger girls, because they've learned from YouTube that you just buy stuff, and you maybe use it once, and then you have to find a way to find something to do with it, because you end up with so much stuff and you can't keep up with it and you can't use it. So I don't know. Let's have a party to celebrate a product that's completely used up from start to finish. Woohoo! I guess I'm going to add this, well, I'm going to be filming a lot of videos today. Well, kind of a lot. So I'm doing this one, and then I'm going to do, I have to do an open box video, I have to do an empties video, and I have to do I feel like there's one I'm forgetting. I can't think of what it is. Anyway, I think there's another one I need to do. So I was just going to say that I'm going to put this in my empties video, but I like to talk about what I replace something with, so this might have to wait until the next empties video. But anyhow, woohoo! So now I guess one of these days here I'm going to have to dig out another color corrector to finish up. So if you're not familiar with color correctors, if you're new to makeup or you just never used them, there's the whole, if you're talking about art, there's the whole theory of the color wheel, and certain colors either balance each other out, like neutralize each other, or emphasize each other. So, like, for example, if you have brown eyes, we always tell people with brown eyes to wear purple eyeshadow, because those are two things that are opposing on the color wheel, and they cause each other to stand out. So if you put purple next to brown, it's going to make your brown eye stand out, or, vice versa. But at the same time, there's colors that neutralize each other. So there's different colors of color corrector, and I use green because I tend to get a little bit of redness, and like I have one of those little red capillaries that grows to the surface. And so if I'm color correcting. I don't color correct out of any kind of sense that I need to or anything. It's just, you know, if I have a color corrector, then I use it. You know, but it's not like, it's not something I feel like I need to do every day and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so if I'm going to use one, what I'm usually color correcting is, you know, the capillary first and foremost. Then if my cheeks are a little red or ruddy or irritated or inflamed, just in general, because, you know, our skin can get that way, but more often for me as a reaction to food, then I might cover that up. And then I don't usually cover my nose, but I put some on my nose just to use a little bit more of it. Some people use it around their nose here. I never do that because I don't know. Nothing there bothers me. But some people do it around there to cover up the redness. So anyway, green counteracts red. So, you know, you could use it to cover up pimples if your, you know, pimples tend to be red, which mine usually are. Or see, like here, I could color correct these. Like, that's not a pimple, that's that's where I'm reacting to food. I get like rashy and little blisters. So I could use it on that if I want to, but so if you're not familiar, that's what that's for. But anyway, so I have a lot of videos to film today, and you know, I haven't got to do anything related to my online social media stuff in quite some time because I've been so busy with other things, and that's not good. So what's going on with you guys? Tell me what's been up. Talked to Roxana the other day. We messaged back and forth a little bit. So Roxana, if you're watching, I hope all is going well that we talked about. And tell the family I said hello, even though they don't really know me, but okay, so that was my Ideal Flawless Invisible Coverage Liquid Foundation in Natural Beige. And now I'm going to do my concealers. I always use two. This is a light one. It's Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer in light. I use this one, you know, under the eyes to cover up my little dark circles, which there are color correctors. You can use salmon color corrector to cover up dark circles and then put your concealer or your foundation over the top. And then I use this one, which is more of a match to my actual skin tone. This one's lighter than my skin tone. This is a match to my skin tone. And I use this one to cover up, like, sunspots, and I would use this to cover up blemishes if I were worried about one. This is the Maybelline Cover Stick Concealer in Deep Beige. Okay, so this one is just going to go... This one is going to go under the eyes. Usually with this one, I really just kind of press it into that trough, that darkest bit right there, and just kind of blend it in. So usually what I'll do is I'll take it out this way, because you can see I get a little bit red here around the eye. Just, I don't know. So I usually use a little bit and kind of cover that whole area, and then I go back in one more time and really get into that dark spot. But here lately I've been doing a little more, not because I'm trying to do the Kim Kardashian thing, but because I'm really, I'm pale right now, and so my concealer it's almost standing out more than it normally does. It's not quite as good of a blend. And I have other concealers, so I could just swap out my concealer. But this is like my everyday makeup routine. You know, this is, I can do it really fast. I know my videos are long when I'm talking to you guys, but when I'm actually just doing my makeup, it's like 10 minutes, you know, 15 if I'm being fancy about something. But, so in order to have a fast routine that you can do without having to think about it when you're exhausted in the morning at, you know, 5 or 6 o'clock or whatever time you're getting ready to go to work or whatever you have to do, you kind of have to have a routine in place, and you kind of, you know, have to have this sort of these everyday products that you just use, and you're so used to using them you don't have to think about it. You can do it on autopilot kind of thing. So anyway, that's what these are. It's just my autopilot everyday products. And so, like I was saying, I could switch them out and use a different concealer that's a better match for my skin right now, and that's what you really should do. But this is real life, and you know, we have schedules in real life, don't we, that we have to follow, that are more important than sometimes we have no control over whether we want to go dig out a better concealer or not. We just gotta do what we gotta do. So anyway, but because it's not as great of a match for me right now, you can see it gives me that white look. Like, this is like the Donald Trump white ring around the eyes kind of thing. So just to sort of counteract that and make that a little less obvious, I've been taking it down a little further, just so that, you know, then I'm pale through this whole section and not just having a raccoon strip. Not looking like I was in the tanning bed like it's 1989 and wearing those little tanning bed glasses. Be old enough to remember that stuff? So anyway, that's what I've been doing lately, just to sort of, you know, counteract the fact that it's not the perfect match for me right now. There's always something you can do to make it work. Okay, so there's that one. And then I use this, like I said, the stick concealer is more of a match for my skin tone, and that's what I use to cover up pimples and things that are on skin. You know, I don't want those areas to be brighter. I want them to disappear, right? Like they don't exist. So sunspots. This is what I would use for pimples if I had a pimple. Sometimes I use it to cover up when I'm rashy or blistery. Like, I'll show you. I'll do this spot right here. I don't really care. I'm probably too confident. Probably not insecure enough. I probably should worry about stuff more and take more time. But, you know, life's too short. It's not that important. People still like me even if I have a rash on my face that they can see. It's okay. Alright, then, sorry, my nose is itching. Now I'm going to do my powders. So I don't use powder to set things. I use this powder because it helps to counteract the redness on my cheeks. It's a good match for that. Although I did just kind of conceal it, and I did use the color corrector already. This just adds to it. So this is a new age transforming pressed powder in Bare Beige. And the truth of the matter is, this is a product that I just had around the house anyway. I don't really use powders very much anymore for anything other than, like, I mean, I'll use a powder to contour, that kind of thing, but I don't use a skin match powder for anything, and I haven't for a gazillion years. So I have these powders laying around, and I need to do something with them. So when I pulled this out and said, okay, yeah, I need to use this up, what am I going to do with it? I said, well, it's perfect to counterbalance red, so I will, use it to help balance out my cheek color. But I don't set concealer, I don't set foundation, I'm not a believer in setting. If a product, I've said this a million times, I feel like if a product needs to be set, then it's not a good product. Just find a different product that works better and doesn't need you to spend additional money to get it to work on a second product, That's just how I feel. Okay, so now I'm using my bronzing powder to contour, and this is a product that will take me forever to use up, but this is the Incredible Finish Loose Bronzing Powder in Suntan. And in the wintertime, this is really, I can make it work, but it's too dark. It's darker than what I would choose. Like I said, I can make it work, so technically that means it's not too dark. But, if I were going to select based on what is, perfect right out of the gate, this isn't what I would use, but this is perfect for me. I tan very dark because of my Native American ancestry. which is why I'm a redhead with brown eyes. The brown eyes come from the Native American side. And I have, you know, these really high cheekbones. So when I tan this really golden brown color. But I tan very easily. I mean, I get dark pretty fast, and my color range is very dramatic. You know, I can spend an hour or two in the sun, if that. Sometimes I can spend 30 minutes in the sun, and I'll need to change my foundation color by about 7 shades the next day. You know, if I really want to color match. So this color, even though somebody would look at this and be like, that's way too dark for you, it's not. And as you can see, even right now, because I'm using it sparingly, it's still not, even though I'm at the palest I'll ever be. So, because it's the end of February. But anyway, so I always bronze my forehead a little bit and I contour my cheeks. But if I were going to just bronze in general, I would have bronzed my forehead and I would come down the nose a little bit and I would do out the cheeks because I tan right here as well. No. So that's what I would do if I were purposely trying to just bronze my face. Okay. This is my brush that sheds all over me. So, then I'm going to do my eyes. So I need my eye primer. This is the Mark Please Hold eye primer in medium to dark that I'm using. This is a product that lasts forever too, even if you use it every day. I mean, I'm down to the ring, but I've been down to the ring for many, many months. So, put that all over the lid. So what do you guys do? Let's talk about, what do you guys do when you feel like there's just not enough time in the day to get things done and you've got like deadlines looming? And you know, I'm sure there's a lot of you that are in a similar situation as me because you know, some of you treat YouTube like a business if you make videos and things, and your social media like a business, but you might have a regular job already. And so if you're balancing a lot of different things, what do you do when it's overwhelming? I just like to hear what people have to say. So I'm using my Becoming 3 Cheers Multi-Look Eye Color in Posh, and I'm just using the white cream color as a highlight. And I'm just going to use this flat angled eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with the green and just give myself a crease color. I'm just going to do 2 colors today. Again, my kind of everyday, you know, quickie makeup routine. You can see I'm just slapping it on. And blending out the edges. So how do you manage your time? I'm pretty good at it. But, you know, you go through those times like I'm having right now where everything, you know, everything gets intense all at the same time. Where you have a ton of things and none of them are easy and they're all due around the same time. So that's kind of what I'm going through right now. And there just aren't enough hours in the day, and it's stressful because there are times where, just for the sake of having balance in life, I have to either put down one thing and pick up something else, because even though I'm not done, I have to turn my energy towards something else as well, or I just need to do something else just so I don't go insane, you know? So that's the part that's hard for me, is putting something down that's not finished just because you have to, or because in order to have a good work-life balance, you should. Knowing that you've got, you know, deadlines looming, or knowing that you don't have a whole lot of time anyway. You know, but you still need to, you know, I still need to stop and go to bed at night. You know, I generally work until 11 p.m. and then I stop. But sometimes I catch myself, like, I'll get in bed and I'll bring my laptop to bed with me and I'll work on something else. And then before you know it, it's, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, you have to get up in the morning. So, you know, there's times at night where I put it down because you need to put it down. You need to put it down, you need to go to bed, whether you're done or not. But then you feel stress or anxiety about it all night long because, you know, it's not done. And it's still there looming over your head. You know, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Not that I feel anxiety. I don't feel anxiety or anything, but I'm sure a lot of people, you know, you always have those times in life where things just get overwhelming because there's just so much. And you can't help, even though you can manage it, you can't help but feel like, good grief, this is gonna need it, you know, it's gonna take a miracle to make this all happen. Like, I hope God is on my side today, because I'm gonna need Him to make this all work out perfectly, because the only way it's gonna work if it all goes perfectly. Right? Or if I get a miracle. You know what I'm talking about? So how do you guys deal with that kind of stress? I'm curious about what people do. And I know people deal with stress different ways. Like, you know, they meditate and that kind of stuff. And interestingly, it's so funny because some people struggle with that because they think, okay, I need to stop and meditate and breathe and get my mind right or else I'm going to lose it. But if I stop and take 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever to meditate, that's 20 minutes I could be using to get the stuff done. So now while I'm trying to meditate, I'm stressed because I'm losing even more, you know, I can't even concentrate in the moment while I'm trying to meditate and relax so I can get my head together. You know what I mean? A lot of people have anxiety at night for the same reason. You know, they can't sleep because it's all racing through their minds and there's just so much stress. They have stress related to whatever they have going on. You know, so they get insomnia. You know, they can't sleep because they're stressed, and they have anxiety at night because they're thinking about it all. You know, but in the meantime, they're exhausted, so it's not like they also can't really get up and do anything efficiently either in order to get it off their minds. You know, some people have panic attacks and things at night because that's when the stress kind of settles in when it's quiet and there's nothing else going on and you're laying there thinking about everything you need to get done and wondering how in the world you're going to make it happen. You know, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that feeling. I don't have that too. I went through phases. I've been through phases in life where I really had that. Or just my life stress in general would really settle in at night. And, you know, things that I was dealing with, whether it be like, you know, family problems, or you're unhappy at work, or you're, you know, whatever the situation may be. You know, it just settles in while it's quiet and there's nothing, you're not doing anything to take your mind off of it. That was my brow powder in Fawn, my Avon brow powder. And then I also used my Rimmel eyeliner in Hurricane Gray. This is one of the specialized ones. Okay, so I'm going to use the Kardashian Beauty Radiant Ombre Blush. And this is my normal and my preferred, my favorite blush brush. It's a blusher brush from Essence of Beauty from, you know, a long time ago. But it obviously has my other blush on it right now. So I'm going to grab a different blush brush and see can find one. Where are all my blush brushes? I guess I'll use this flat top brush. This is a marked one. And I'm going to go into the Kardashian Beauty. And let's just see. It's definitely not purple. It's pretty though. It's very, oh, shedding. It's very, I don't know. It's pretty. There's nothing like spectacular jumping out at me like, whoa, this is the best blush ever. You know, it's very matte. So there's no, man, this brush is shedding like crazy. There's no like shine or shimmer to it or anything happening. It's very matte. But the color's very pretty, and it's, you know, it's going on very easily. The payoff is good. It's better than what I was expecting. So, yeah, it's pretty. I could recommend that to somebody if they're interested in it. You know, if you like blushes that are shimmery, then this won't be the one for you, but unless you want to put something over the top of it. But it's pretty color. So, oh, forgot to put my mascara on. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I like it. We'll see what the wear time is on it, but it's pretty. Okay, I'm going to back up now and do my mascara because I almost forgot. A while ago, I changed my routine and I started doing, I used to always do eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara, brows. But a while ago, I changed up my routine and I started doing my brows before my mascara. Honestly, mainly because when I'm reacting to food and my face is peely, my eyebrows are one of the worst places that I peel. Any place where you grow hair tends to be very reactive. So my eyebrows tend to get irritated even before anything else. So when I brush through my brows, you know, if I'm peely or flaky, you know, you exfoliate that off. Sorry if this seems gross to anyone, but you know, it's real life. And so, rather than have that exfoliate onto my just freshly mascaraed eyelashes and have, you know, maybe some flakes or anything get caught in there, I just reversed it and I do my brows first and take care of that if I need to, and then I put my mascara on last. But because it's not my habitual routine that I've done since, you know, the 70s or the early 80s, whenever, I forget sometimes to put my mascara on. And I have, at one time, I know for sure I left the house without mascara. Luckily, I hadn't done like a full eyeshadow look that day. I had just put some eyeliner on. So when I realized that I forgot it, I just rubbed the eyeliner off, so I just kind of looked like I didn't have makeup on at all that day. Rather than, you know, have eyeliner on with no mascara and look like I plucked my eyelashes out from afar. You know? Somebody was looking at me from a distance. So I've done that once, but I do forget and then catch, like I just did, at some point before I leave the house, that, oh my gosh, I've forgotten mascara again. I haven't done it that many times, but, you know, it happens on occasion here and there. So, this is my Super Drama mascara in Brown Black that I'm using up. A lot of these products are just products that I'm using up. Some of them are products that are favorites, like the Hard Candy Blush Crush Baked Blush is, you know, a favorite highlighter for me. And it's just an easy no-brainer, which is why I keep it in my makeup case. Because not all highlighters are easy no-brainers. Sometimes they're too much, or they're a specific shade or hue. They're warm, they're cool, they're gold, they're silver, and they don't necessarily go with the rest of your look. So this one, no matter what, goes with everything, always looks good, and is never too much, but does the job. So this is actually a blush. It's the Blush Crush Hard Candy Blush Crushed Baked Blush. Blush Crush Baked Blush in Honeymoon. Easy for you to say. It's number 127. So, it's, you know, it's a blush. It doesn't have any color to it, really. I mean, it looks peach, and it is kind of peach. Like, you know, when I look at it on my finger, it looks silver to you guys on the camera, but when I look at it on my finger, there is a peachiness to it. But that doesn't, the peach does not translate to the skin. I mean, you would have to be white like a piece of paper for any of the color to show, you know, at all. So it's just a nice sheen. It's just perfect. It's like the kind of sheen when your skin is healthy and not too oily, not too dry, not too anything. It's just healthy and fresh and plump, and you still make plenty of collagen and everything snaps back where it's supposed to be, kind of healthy. That's what that looks like. Okay, last thing is my lipstick. It's my Glass Reflections in Glossy Spice. This is an A1 lipstick. I have the worst lipstick face because I have to go like this. My upper lips, my lips are fairly big, I guess, and my upper lips kind of go in sort of far. So in order to really flatten them, so I can really get the lipstick on, I have to like scrunch my face up and press them against my teeth, sort of. It's, I don't know, it's weird. But it's definitely, it's the worst lipstick face I've seen on any beauty guru in all of my makeup watching, in all of my YouTube watching history. Squirrel face. Somebody else make squirrel face when you do your lipstick? Okay, that's it. Hopefully, maybe you got some tips from that. I don't know. So tell me what's going on with you. What do you have? What's on your schedule today? What do you got going on? How do you deal with stress? How do you deal with too much to do and not enough time to do it? What do you do about anxiety? How do you relax? How do you balance your schedules? How do you deal with making sure you give yourself time when you have things that really need to get done and you feel pressure to get them done, but you need balance? How do you guys do all that? I love hearing other people's stories about how they manage, you know, manage life. So tell me all about it in the comments so we can chit chat back and forth. And, oh, next time I'm going to probably be using the Maybelline Plumped Up Colossal Volume Express mascara. I have it in Glam Black. This is by Maybelline. I've used this before. It's open. I just stuck it back in the packaging.